Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Yeah, I know I've been gone for a minute, but we're going to be getting back into these controversial, polarizing topics that everybody love to hate. So yeah, we're going to get back into all that stuff we used to talk about. Well, not all that stuff, but you know what I mean. Stuff that people don't like to talk about. Stuff that get overlooked, or I don't know. Maybe people just too scared to talk about it because the powers that be listening, you know, and they don't want to get demonetized or get their channels taken down. But me, I don't give a shit. So today we're going to talk about cars, car ownership, and the insurance one is required to have on it. And like I said, this is one of those topics that doesn't get talked about much, but it should get talked about. All right, because it affects you. If you drive a car, it affects you. If you know somebody that drives a car legally, it affects them. Now, me personally, I love cars. I've owned many throughout the years, and I own several right now. But if you own cars and legally drive them on the road, they're going to extract money out of you. If you drive a car, if you own a car, you are being scammed by the insurance company. Yeah, that's right. Most people are completely oblivious to this. There's quite a few that see what's going on, but for the most part, people in general do not question why the cost of auto insurance is on the rise. Now, I had USAA as my insurance provider, but yeah, what happened pretty much, they raised my premium for no apparent reason. Now, I'm gonna use my personal experience as an example. I have two different cars on my insurance policy. One car I financed and the other I paid in cash. And another I just got recently. Okay, so the one I just got recently, it's not registered yet. So I'm not required to have insurance on it right now. But it's a classic car and it's eligible for like the antique car plates. And we will take a walk outside and I'll show you all three of those cars later in this video. So make sure you stick around. And I will also reveal to you the exact amount the insurance company decided to charge. Now, the car I financed is my daily driver, and the other one doesn't get driven that much. I took it on a trip up to New York, then I took a trip to Virginia, but other than that, it doesn't get driven much. I mean, just around town, and it's pretty much like a garage queen, you know. And I got it last year, and like I said, just sit in my garage. But despite that, it just sitting in the garage, they decided to increase the insurance premium. Despite the fact there were never any accidents or traffic violations. See, so there was really no reason for them to raise the insurance rate. So that's going to be the topic. All right, we're going to talk about insurance companies, how much they charge on average, how much they make, how they are getting over on people. And you're going to be surprised how much the insurance companies make. Yeah, they're going to use inflation as an excuse. They always do. But once I expose how much an auto insurer profits, the inflation is an invalid excuse. And like I said, most people don't think of this. You know, they just pay their insurance and go about their business. Most people never stop to ask themselves, what exactly are they paying for? Sure, insurance is useful in the event of a mishap, you know, but how often do you have a mishap? There's people that's been driving for 50 years, never had an accident, but they paid their insurance each and every month. Now, you tell me, where did all that money go? Okay, someone that's been driving for 50 years, never had an accident. Where did all that money go they've been paying? These people literally paid for decades on something they never used. And guess what? The insurance company kept the money. Yeah, that's right. The insurance company kept every single penny. Even for those who are considered safe drivers, they kept the money. Yeah, this is going to be a heavy topic, so make sure you grab a drink, sit back, and yeah, enjoy the show. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Rates have gone up 17% nationwide, but in Florida, auto insurance is up nearly twice that much.
We are still paying the most just to insure our cars here in Florida. Regardless of where you live, though, we are paying on average 52% more than the national average, which is just $140 a month.
And what is the deal where we can't afford it? We on a fixed income. So how's that going to work?
It's a lot of money. I don't want to pay it.
For Americans behind the wheel across the country, all roads lead to the same place, skyrocketing insurance rates.
I'm definitely going to have to look around to more companies than what I'm sticking with right now.
According to Bankrate.com, U.S. drivers are now paying more than $2,000 more a year for premiums.
Skyrocketing car insurance rates. Have you noticed?
Yeah,
I have.
A lot of people have been talking about it.
What have you noticed with the rates?
Suddenly gone way up, like way up.
Driver Kiara Guerrero has seen her premium skyrocket over the past year from
$200 and it jumped to $400.
And they've been going up significantly over the past several months, especially in Arizona.
I don't have traffic violations, moving violations, or any accidents for years, many years.
But says her insurance still went up $40 a month. Now, to some, that may not sound like a lot, but to others, like Karen,
I had to sit down and really think, do I go to CVS and pick up my medicine? Or do I go to the grocery for food?
Were you surprised to see your premium increase so much?
I was because I'm a safe driver.
Raul Yojas, who drives more than 100 miles every day, says his new bill gave his young family sticker shock.
Every single month we do our numbers, we budget, and then all of a sudden I'm out $800, $1,000 a month, and I have a son, we have to buy diapers, and that was just money that just poof, disappeared.
But yeah, the insurance is ridiculous here. It really is, you know. Almost got to get a second job.
With the average household now paying nearly 3% of their income just on car insurance, premiums in congested cities like Orlando and Phoenix are revving up.
Why is car insurance suddenly more expensive?
Buck has been driving his Dodge truck for a few years. He's had no accidents or claims, and yet his auto insurance policy went up again this year by $80.
$80, that's a couple tanks of gas, that's, groceries.
Why are car insurance rates skyrocketing so quickly?
It really has to do with the inflation that we saw in 2022.
Last year, Jean Dolan paid $828. This year, her bill came to $1,644.
I think it's been maybe, I want to guess, between 35 and 40 years since I've ever made a claim.
Insurance companies say the approved rate hikes are here for the foreseeable future.
In September of 2023, I got a renewal and it went up to about $3,100 for 4 drivers, 4 cars for 6 months. I just got my renewal policy last week and it went up again, and I'm now paying close to $3,900 for those same 4 drivers and 4 cars.
She quickly called a Geico agent, convinced something was wrong.
And he said, well, those figures are right. It's like, what? You just said you thought it was high.
Across the country, car insurance rates are going up for everyone.
Definitely, the rates have definitely gone up. And I keep watch on pretty much all of it: the economy, the housing markets, the insurance, the gas prices. I watch all.
It stresses me out. Yeah, this is less money.
So, based on what y'all just watched, insurance is on the rise nationwide, especially here in Florida. In that video clip I put together, you heard that one chick with the black hair. Alright, that chick with the black hair, she was saying her insurance was $400 a month. $400 a month. Alright, and that's just for one car, mind you. Now, realistically, you should never pay more than, let's say, $75 per month. Now, when I say $75 per month, I'm talking about a safe driver with no accidents, someone that has no tickets. I understand insurance being a little bit more for a driver that is, let's say, 16 years old, because let's be real, they're inexperienced on the road and they're more of a liability. But for someone that has been driving for 20 plus years with no incidents, yeah, their insurance should be low. Now, I got my driver's license in 2001, and a lot of y'all probably wasn't even born yet. So I've been driving since 2001 with 0 accidents. Alright, you follow me? But my insurance company still raised the premium. Now, let's keep this in mind. These insurance companies, they make not millions, but billions. Hell, just within a month. Okay, just within a month, do you have any idea how much the insurance company make? I don't think you do. Alright, but that's why I'm here. I'm going to break it down for y'all. All of this been researched, and I got some numbers for y'all. Most people don't talk about this when it comes down to insurance companies, but we're going to shine some light on it. And it's kind of surprising more people don't talk about this, because if you live in this country, more than likely you got insurance or you know somebody that do, okay? And I've been to countries where it was perfectly legal to drive without insurance. So if you bought a car and got it registered, pretty much insurance was optional. You know, they recommended you have it, but it wasn't like completely necessary like it is here. It's not like that here, obviously. Here, they're gonna extract money from you. But let's go ahead and run some numbers. Alright, so let's do a little bit of math. We're gonna use a well-known insurance company as an example. So let's look at Geico. Alright, some of you probably got Geico. And this report is saying that Geico passed 17 million policies. Alright, so pretty much they got 17 million customers. That's pretty much what they're saying. They got a little more than 17 million customers. Alright, so now right here it's saying that they insure 30 million cars across 18 million policies. Alright, so pretty much some policies insure more than one vehicle. So that pretty much gives you the 30 million cars. Okay, so it's saying anywhere between 17 million people and 18 million people got Geico. We're just gonna stick to the 18 million. All right, because you know more and more people buy cars and more people get insured. So we're just gonna stick to the higher number, 18 million. That's pretty much the average for Geico. Now check this out. According to this report, the average car insurance cost of Geico is $180 per month and $2,160 per year. Now let that sink in. For those of you paying attention, I said there's about 18 million people with Geico insurance, and they are paying $2,160 per year. All right, now let's do some basic math. 18 million times 2,160. All right, I'm putting this in my calculator. 18 million times 2160. All right, so the number was so big it wouldn't even fit in the calculator. All right, so let's use Google. All right, so 18 million people times $2,160. All right, so that was the annual premium. All right, y'all see that? That's over $38 billion. Over $38 billion. That's how much they're bringing in each year. Crazy, ain't it? All right, now let's do a little more simple math. Now, 18 million people. We said there was 18 million. So 18 million people paying an average of $180 per month. What we get? Y'all see that, right? That's over $3 billion per month, not year, per month. So the insurance company don't even gotta wait a whole year to earn billions. All right, they only gotta wait a single month. Now, to be fair, all of that is not profit. The insurance company do have their expenses. Okay, they have to pay their employees, whatever other resources. They do have expenses, but based on more research I had did, even after all their expenses are paid, they still profit over $1 billion monthly and annually. Now let that sink in. So it begs the question, where is all that money going? Where is all that money going? Okay, after they paid their people, after they paid their expenses, whatever it is, they're still profiting billions of dollars. Profit. So all that money going to somebody's pocket. You see what I mean? For those of you that drive, think of all the years you've been driving. You've never been involved in any collisions, no traffic infractions. Pretty much you did everything right. You paid your car insurance each and every month. And what did the car insurance company do? They kept the money. Over all those years, you've been accident free. To be quite frank, the insurance wasn't even useful because you never used it. Okay, you was never in a situation where you actually needed it. So pretty much you can say over the years, you've been wasting money on these insurance products that you never even used. And again, what did they do? They kept the money. You was not rewarded for being a good driver. You did not get a single penny back. And this is how insurance companies get over on people. This is what they do. By you simply owning a car, the insurance is just another way for them to get more money out of you. You making let's say you finance your car, you making car payments. Well, think of the insurance as another car payment, because bro, 9 times out of 10, hell, 9.8 times out of 10, you ain't gonna use that insurance. Let's be real. I understand having it, but like I said, there's people that's been driving for decades, never used their insurance. So what is it other than a waste of money? All right, but again, let's look at another example. Now, let's say those 18 million Geico customers we were talking about before. Let's say they were only paying $50 per month. All right, so the 18 million people paying $50 per month. Now, $50 a month is very reasonable. Okay, that's what people should be paying. $50 a month. That should be the standard rate for safe drivers. But anyway, even at just $50 a month, the insurance company will still make close to $1 billion in profit. So yeah, even if they lowered the price, they still will not be losing. They will still be winning. So if they lower your insurance, okay, you that's listening to this video right now, if they lowered it to $50, they will still be profiting billions of dollars. Even if they lowered the price and paid all of their insurance agents double the amount they're earning now, they will still profit extremely. And again, we're just talking about Geico, okay? This is only one insurance company. Now, I did research on other companies that got more than 18 million policies, okay? There were some that had like 25 million, 27 million policies. And those numbers with those other companies, they're making way more than what we discussed with this one. They're making way more than what we discussed with Geico, because there's a lot of other insurance companies. So yeah, the insurance industry is yet another corrupt system, and I just proved it to you. I just proved how. Now, I'm going to put into perspective just how large a billion is compared to a million, because the majority of people walking around, they kind of got an idea, but they don't got a good idea. All they really know is that one is bigger than the other. Okay, all they really know is that 1 billion is bigger than 1 million. But they just don't realize how substantially much bigger it is compared to a million. But I'm going to break it down for you, just how large a billion is. Now, let's say you got a watch. Okay, let's say you're wearing a wristwatch, whatever, a freaking Apple Watch, I think they call it, whatever. Any watch that counts seconds. Okay, so let's say you got that watch, you're counting the seconds. If you're counting each second, do you know how long it would take for you to get to 1 million seconds? It would take you 11.5 days. Okay, so 11.5 days would be required to get to 1 million. Now guess how long it would take to count to 1 billion? Any guesses? I'll tell you. It would take 31.5 years. Yeah, that's how long it would take. I know we're laughing and joking about all this, but I'm being for real. That's how long it would take for you to count to 1 billion. Okay, for you to look at your watch and count 1 billion seconds, it would take 31.5 years. All right, 31.5 years would have elapsed. And actually, it's a bit more. It would take more like 32 years, because it's a little more than 31.5. So it's actually closer to 32 years. All right, it's actually closer to 32 years than it is 31, because it's more like 31 and 3.5 quarters. Now, yeah, that's crazy, ain't it? Yeah. Now let's look at this a different way. All right, 30 years ago was 1994. Now let's say you got $1 deposited into your bank account each and every second from 1994 to this very date. Okay, so each and every second since 1994, you got $1 deposited into your bank account. Guess what? You still would not have $1 billion. Nah, you would still need 2 more years until you got to 1 billion. Here's another example. 1 million seconds ago was less than 2 weeks ago. 1 billion seconds ago was 1992. Yeah, most of y'all wasn't even born yet. 1 billion seconds ago from right now was literally the early 90s, which was a great time. All right, I missed the early 90s. I missed the early 90s. Okay, everything was great in the 90s in general. But all right, so this right here, this was popping back in 1992. This right here, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Sega Genesis, which I had, by the way. Everybody wanted that in 1992. 1 billion seconds ago, all this stuff was new. Okay, every kid wanted a Sega Genesis, and everybody was bumping that track in their car. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is $1 billion is a huge number based on what I just showed you. But the top insurance companies, they make that within a month's time. Okay, sometimes even less. Now, let's walk outside. I'm gonna show you these cars I got, and I'm gonna show you which one they raised. Okay, because I got a premium for 2 cars, and one of the cars they raised the insurance on. One, they left it the way it is, but the other one that I don't drive, they raised the insurance on for no reason. So we're gonna walk outside. I'm gonna show you those cars, and I'm gonna show you the classic one I just got too. Now this right here is a 2019 Nissan Maxima. Now this 2019, I drive it every day. All right, it just hit 80,000 miles actually. Every day I drive this car. Now this car right here, I don't drive much. All right, I got this last year. Those videos I used to make when I used to talk to y'all and make the videos, it was in this car. I had just got this car at the time. All right, this is a Genesis G80. So I don't even drive this car that much, and they raised the insurance on it. All right, so I'm gonna show you. This car, all right, so you see right there, this car only got a little over 9,000 miles. All right, I don't even drive it that much, but they want to raise the insurance to $400 a month on it. Okay, so this car mainly just sit in my garage. When it came out, I liked it so much I had to buy it. I love cars, I always did love cars. When this came out, I had to have it. And like I said, I don't drive this car much. It just sits in my garage, but they raised it to over $400 a month. And the car is paid off, okay? There's no money owed on this car. This car is paid off. Now, my Maxima over there was financed, but they did not raise the insurance on the Maxima. They raised it on this car for whatever reason. It's paid off. I don't drive it much, but they raised it to over $400, all right? So I don't know why they did that, but needless to say, I dropped them. This was USAA, all right? So I had called them. I asked them what the deal was. They said that pretty much the same thing that was in the video clip. They said pretty much everyone's insurance is being raised because of inflation and all this stuff, all this, pretty much a bunch of BS, all right? So I had dropped them, and I went with some Florida-based insurance company. So rather than paying $400 per month, it came down to like 100 and some change. So I think for this car, it came down to like 130. So that's like a huge difference from 400 and some change to 130. Okay. So, and like I said, I don't even drive this car. Yeah, it's like a toy pretty much. Like I said, when it came out, I liked it, so I got it. All right. I mean, I took it up to Virginia for a trip, but for the most part, it just stay in the garage. Now this one, I drive every day, but they didn't raise the insurance on this one. So that don't even make sense, because this one is more of a liability. So it seems as though, if anything, they would raise the insurance on this one, but they didn't do that. All right. So the things they do, it just don't make sense. Now, I even got the disabled veterans plate on this car, and that doesn't even help with the insurance. Really, the only thing that does is lower your registration. So when you get the registration renewed, you don't pay as much, but it doesn't help with insurance. All right. So yeah, the things they do just don't make sense. The car that you drive every day doesn't get raised, but the car that stays in the garage, they want to raise the premium on it. This is the other car right here, y'all. So this right here is a 1992 Lexus ES300, and I just copped this last week. So the dude was selling it. I found out he was selling it, and I couldn't pass up on it because I've been wanting one of these for a minute. They're hard to find nowadays, and this actually got low mileage. All right, it got way less than 100,000 miles, and it's a 92. So the guy that owned it, all right, he was the only owner. The guy that owned it, he wasn't even driving this car. He pretty much just had it sitting. But anyway, yeah, 92 ES300. I don't even got the plate on it yet. See, check it out. I didn't even put a tag on it yet. I had it shipped here, so I would put an antique plate because it does qualify for an antique. any car that's 30 years old. So yeah, but you don't gotta pay as much for an antique car like you do a new car, obviously. That's kind of weird, but that's what my insurance company was telling me. But yeah, I've been wanting one of these actually since I was a kid, ever since they first came out. So if you learned anything, for those of you that are paying attention, if you learned anything, this car was brand new 1 billion seconds ago. But yeah, 92. Okay, 1992 was the first year for the ES300. And I've been wanting one of these since I was a kid. So I was lucky to find one because they are hard to find with low mileage nowadays. So yeah. All right, so yeah, insurance is a scam. All right, that's all it is. It's a huge money grab. It's a scam. It's just like the churches. You know, we talk about religion, we talk about church, how that's a scam. The insurance company's a scam too, because like I said, all they do is they want to extract money from you. That's all they want to do. And then like when you need them, they make it hard for you. Like let's say if you was involved in a collision or whatever, they make it hard for you. You know, they're a pain in the ass to deal with. They really are, you know, but they don't got no problem raising your rates and extracting more money out of you. They don't got no problem doing that. And like I said, they profit all these billions of dollars. And you can be a safe driver for decades on end. You're not going to be reimbursed. You're not going to get even a sliver of that money back just to reward you for being a safe driver. So it's like I said before, what's the incentive for being a good driver? You know, they're just extracting all this money out of you. But I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I just wanted to talk about this because no one really talk about this topic. I was watching the news and everybody was talking about their insurance and, you know, and yeah, even me, mine got raised. So no one talk about it. No one really shine light on this topic unless it's the news. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the news media and all that. But I mean, just like people with channels or people that got a voice or a little bit of influence. Nobody talk about this stuff. Yeah, so needless to say, you know, I dropped that insurance company. I'm not with them no more. If this one I got now, if they raise the rates, I'm gonna drop them too and find somebody else. But I don't think they're gonna do that. But these big insurance companies, they get greedier and greedier. Okay, they get greedier and greedier, and this is proof. Okay, because I got like it's not a popular insurance company. It's lesser known. It's Florida based, so not many people know about it. Some Floridians might know about it, but they're not really raising their rates. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they grow to be bigger, maybe they might do it. But as of right now, their rates are staying pretty much stagnant, you know. But these big time insurance companies, shoot, man, it's ridiculous. Okay, and in those video clips I showed you earlier from the news, yeah, they're doing this to everybody. I mean, even on the West Coast, I think they're seeing like Arizona and Nevada, like they're raising their rates too, and it's like almost to the point where we're at here in Florida. You know, it's just, yeah, it's crazy, and they just rake in more and more money. It's like they don't get enough, and like I said, they're using inflation as an excuse. That's not a valid excuse. It's not a valid excuse because the profits that I showed y'all is exposing them. You know, they're profiting so much. You're profiting billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So they can't sit here and use inflation as an excuse if they're profiting billions of dollars. That should tell you something right there. So like I said, I'm not going to be a dead horse. I think I covered this enough. Let me know what y'all think. I know y'all got something to say about this. Let me know what y'all think. Do you own a car? What insurance company do you have? And did they raise your premium? Tell me what state you live in too. And if you notice any changes on your insurance premium. Because let me tell you, here in Florida, like even all my friends were telling me like they seen an uptick in their insurance. So yeah, Floridians, I'm sure any of you that's from Florida, you probably experienced it if you got a car. All right. And it don't even matter what kind of car you got. If you got a cheap car, like let's say you got a Toyota Camry, or you got, I don't know, what's a cheap car? I don't know, a Honda Civic or a Toyota Corolla, something like that. They don't give a shit. They still gonna raise your premium, you know? So it don't just gotta be a luxury car. It don't gotta be an expensive car. Cause, you know, yeah, so, but that's it. Let me know what y'all think. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.